Hey guys, how's it going? Kapran here. So, recently there's been an article posted on Ongamers which talks about what's going on with ESGN, why there's no more fight nights, why you guys haven't seen any. Oh, hey guys, this month I'm going to Berlin again, so you won't see the stream, you won't see it. There's none of that. Well, what's going on is the ESGN company, the cloud for whatever associates they have, they're having some issues. And generally with this type of stuff, they decline to do an interview or anything like that. You guys know who I am. You guys know that if I kept silent about this, there'd be a very good reason. I'd be more suspicious that I wouldn't say anything rather than I would say something even if it was relatively bad. So the article is in the description. You guys can check that out, and I'll give you guys some thoughts about the article, just the ESGN thing in general, kind of how these things work, and I'm sure you guys will be at least amused about this stuff. So I heard about ESGN from Artosis. He invited me along with a bunch of other people for the first fight night, and we pretty much agreed to go, and we got our tickets like a few days before we were actually flying to Berlin. So it was all short notice, it was all pretty crazy, and this is just after I had done the BlizzCon thing. And the BlizzCon thing was pretty much the first event that I really did publicly as the Crip. And, I thought I'd try it. New experience. They seemed pretty serious. Why not? I went there. It was pretty serious. It was pretty badass. The studio was amazing. The people that worked there were awesome. Pretty much all of them, even though it was in Berlin, almost all of them were from, English-speaking countries like, America, a few from England, that type of stuff. So they got a lot of people to go directly to Berlin. I don't know where they got everyone from, but everyone was super cool, super chill, super friendly. My experience there was great. And, we did the shooting and it went live on Twitch and people really liked it. And I could tell that, it was a really good thing. And, I kept doing these things. And in the article it talks about how a lot of the players, a lot of the casters, a lot of the staff for the company, they are not getting paid because of huge financial issues with the company. And the idea is that the investors for the company knew that ESGN would suffer considerable loss during its first year because it's kind of like a startup. You have to invest a bunch of money to be a solid company in the future. So they expected a loss, but they didn't expect this much of a loss, and as a result, something with the funding was cut or removed or made lower, so a lot of people didn't get paid. And honestly, I didn't even check if I got paid, so I don't know. But one way or another, for me going to Berlin, because when I went there I wouldn't stream, I wouldn't make YouTube videos, I was at a considerable loss, and the loss was many times the amount that I was actually getting paid to go there. So this thing doesn't really affect, I just don't care. I did this because it was a cool thing to do. I am not a very rich person, but I live way below my means. There's nothing that I pretty much restrict myself from doing, but I live very comfortably at the same time. So I don't really care too much about this stuff. For me, it's genuine. I like the games. If it feels good, I do it. If it's a cool thing, I do it again. And ESGN, a few times over. But the really shitty part is that a lot of people that, really awesome that went there from different countries to participate, to forward this company, some of these guys, for them to not be paid is a real problem. I mean, think about that. You go to Berlin from, let's say, Canada, to work there, you move there, you get your life set up over there, and then after 2 or 3 months you realize you're not getting paid anymore, which is, absolutely insane. So I don't know the details of that exactly, and there's really no point in being, assuming things. But all in all, I have to say that it's kind of a shame. With these things, you kind of have to expect that it will fail. This does not surprise a lot of people. This was shown on the Hearthstone Reddit, it was shown on my Reddit. That's why I feel okay to talk about it. But, their business model was, we'll make a show, we'll put it on Twitch, and we'll see if that works. And, you know, I know how much money I make on Twitch, and I know how many views I have on Twitch. I don't know what their cost was, but I know how many views they were getting, which kind of leads me to assume the rough number of how much money they were making from these broadcasts through Twitch. And, I mean, there's no way they came even close to paying for even a fraction of the costs that I was seeing. And, you know, with these types of, you know, big startups, with these types of companies, there's a lot of like overhead, a lot of hidden costs. So it's no surprise that this situation took place. And there was some people being skeptical, some people talking about how this company in the past, the Clout or whatever, that they were into money laundering enterprises or that kind of stuff. And I have no idea if that's true, but you know, I talked about this a little bit on stream, and I think I had a pretty funny explanation of how money laundering works. So I'll end with the good stuff, I'll end with that. Hope you guys enjoy it, and well, we'll see what comes out of this. I hope these events continue to take place. I personally don't look bad on this company because of this stuff, even though, you know, some people really suffer from this. I believe it's something like, you know, people are told to do one thing, they do it, they spend way too much money, the funding is cut, and then the people who wanted to do everything can no longer do everything and can no longer even pay the people who, you know, essentially make everything work. So it's more or less irresponsibility in the worst case, in my opinion, but hey, I can only assume, and probably shouldn't do too much of that. Anyway, money laundering. Enjoy. Just because I was born in Romania doesn't mean I know everything about corrupt businesses and money laundering. God. But if I could guess, I think the idea behind money laundering is that wow, real? Okay.
Oh, if you're sure.
The idea is you got some dude that makes a lot of money doing some shady shit. Let's just say you're a Colombian drug lord or something, and you want to buy like a Ferrari from Italy. You can't just like take the drug monies and go to Italy and buy your Ferrari. You can't do that. Because, oh fuck, what do I do here? Alright. Because if you do that, they're gonna be like, the fuck, bro? How are you buying a Ferrari? How can you afford this shit? So what these Colombian drug lords might do is they might set up, like, I don't know, a company. They might call it, I don't know, ESGN. Let's see here. What are they gonna do?
Wanna blow something up?
And this company might just, you know, make some really cool shit, but it wouldn't really make any money. But the people funding the company, the investors, would be the Colombian drug lords, and they would take the profits. So the investment is not legitimate, but the profits are legitimate. So these Colombian drug lords, they're like, I sleep on $1 billion, you know. I could lose half of that if I could spend 500 million on Ferraris in Italy. So what ends up going down is just crazy ass companies that never make any money happen, really.